Wouldn't be the only one, but Caitlin LeBlanc banned away. There's the Jason the Cannon. So it all comes down to what they lock. 48 seconds remaining. Lucian is up and available. It had been banned quite a lot in the 1v1s, and we might actually see it come out here for Optimus.
Swip3rR. Now, I know for a fact that the previous hover is actually what he's relatively well known for in his local region, so he could very well have gone for that.
But
however,
just like the Tom Kench.
The Kench was left unbenched, and after a successful performance with the champion yesterday, it looks like Swip3rR's looking trying to repeat that success.
Yeah, taking a page out of the Turkey playbook. We'll see if it works out. And on the other side, Optimus is going to lock in the Lucian. We'll see how it goes, support versus AD carry.
So you need the snowball in there if you are Swip3rR to close the distance between you and your opponent, especially a ranged champion like Lucian who can heavily abuse you in the early game.
Yeah, not only that, but Optimus will definitely want to be holding on to his relentless pursuit to dash out the way of the snowball. If he's able to save that for that moment, it's going to be hard for Swip3rR to get up in his face.
It certainly is. Well, we've had a lot of... I feel like we've had a lot of fun 1v1s, Byron.
Yeah, we have.
Some of them felt a little bit slow.
Some joy, some heartbreak,
yeah.
A lot of action,
I mean, I feel like for the Oceanics squad, it's just been heartbreak. Like, literally their hearts have been smashed over and over and over again. And now I can understand why Rusty's just, he doesn't feel anything anymore.
He's just dead inside now. I can guarantee he's sitting in the back
just like another day in the Oceanic office.
Well, this just got really morbid. But you know what's not is the 1v1. It's going to be great.
It's going to be Tom Kench up against Lucian. Question is, who's going to be on the menu this evening? Will it be grilled fish or will it be some Lucian? Chocolate Thunder.
We might see. I think, in fact, it's safe to say we will. Guaranteed. It's a defensive start, of course, for Swip3rR as he has the Doran shield for a little extra sustain, and Optimus coming out the gates. You know, last time, earlier on in the 1v1s, we saw a couple of times Swip3rR's not even being taken. It was like one Swip3rR versus nothing.
Yeah.
At least both have picked up their trinkets.
Yep. So it looks like that Swip3rR has decided to go for it very similarly to what we saw earlier on from Carbon. He's going to be using it to spawn out Optimus in the brush. Really nice usage.
Gonna wait for the minions to start, though. No more face checking. That was all the silliness of the beginning. Swip3rR could just launch a blind snowball in here, but there's always the chance. Optimus could dodge. I wonder if he's holding his skill. Let's see if he leveled up first. No, he did. He gets piercing light, so he can't actually dodge at level 1.
So he's just going to go for the early push. Just going to try and push the minion wave underneath the turret.
Swip3rR went early Devour. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, he's going to do exactly the same thing as Optimus. Like, oh, you're going to go for early push? Well, I'm also going to go for early push. But the big difference is Optimus has a range advantage, so all of his basic attacks force Swip3rR back to the turret.
Yeah, he's getting zoned off. He can't take these minions right now, and Optimus is just denying him constantly. That's not a good start for the OPL.
I mean, another big problem with taking your Devour first is the fact that it actually has a very large cooldown. So, yeah, sure, it can be used to clear out those minion waves, but in terms of the piercing light, you just don't have the same sort of pressure as a Lucian would.
Yeah, and since he's stuck on level 1, he doesn't have the gray health to utilize right now. Optimus is going to get that level up, and it's already a big advantage, so he can play a much more controlled style. It's kind of funny, we see so many AD carries, and they're playing for the 100 CS.
Well, I don't know if he's playing for the 100 CS just yet, because in fairness, like, we've seen a lot of misfortune on misfortune level 1s. We've seen a lot of honestly crazy stuff happen early on, but Swip3rR, he's just going to be forced to play on the defensive because of the difference in champions that they're playing. So I don't expect too much bloodshed early on. It's really when Swip3rR hits level 3 that he might look to try and go for some kind of all-in. Something that you also have to know is Optimus has actually swapped towards the Flash. Now, I think this is a much safer option, especially when going up against the Tom Kench. It will enable you to kite him much more, even if he is able to land the snowball.
Yeah. Swip3rR is able to get a little bit of CS back for himself, utilizing the Tongue Lash, getting the Devour off, but Optimus has stayed completely healthy throughout all of this. So now that he has level 3, it'll be curious to see what Swip3rR opts for. It's going to be hard for him to even target Optimus, who's taking advantage of his position in the brush.
Well, right now Swip3rR is just forced to sit underneath his turret.
Biding his time.
Yeah, having to sit in the cold, a little bit chilly. You know, I do wonder where all the snow comes from, given that it never actually snows.
I presume from the sky, but you got a good point. I don't have any existential answers for you, Vedius, unfortunately. All I know is that Swip3rR is in a load of trouble at the moment, and he's going to get the minion spit out just onto the wave. So he keeps trying to push this wave back, but you know, he is playing Optimus's game.
Well, I mean, Optimus just has to take his time now, right? He has a very obvious win condition of I can farm to 100 CS before you can. I can also take your turret before you can take mine. So Swip3r's only option is to actually go for an all-in, and right now he's just taking way too much harass. He's pretty much out of mana already, and there is a 15 CS differential, and Swip3r doesn't even have control over his health relic. So you can see the laugh on his face. He's like, I have no idea what I'm doing. Someone please help me. And Optimus is even going to go back himself, so he's going to match the base timing. Swip3r, without any real gold, is just going to force me to pick up more sustain, and Optimus is like, great, I can get more damage in my kit too.
Yes, and more swords is definitely going to beat a bit of jewelry. The Rejuve beat is only going to do so much right now. The Corrupting Potion's great, but Swip3rr has to start playing differently. Maybe this is all like a feint. Maybe he's just kind of playing back and trying to act like he doesn't know how to play Tahm Kench, and then all of a sudden, wham, eats you. That's really like the only way he's going to get it.
He is now level 4. If he wants to try and go for an all-in, he has to do it relatively soon, because this Lucian is only going to get stronger and stronger. And missing skill shots is not a great way to start.
Yeah, he's definitely got to get a little better at that. And the snowball. So now there is no threat left. Swip3rr does get a tongue lash, but Optimus has his health relic right there, and he's just going to grab it once again. So Swip3rr posing a bit more of a threat, but it's already a huge CS differential. There's a damage differential. Optimus is not worried at all about this.
No, he is not. And remember, for GPL, all they really need is as many wins as they can get to come over Brazil in the 1 versus 1.
This would put them over. If they can get this victory
guaranteed?
right now. Yeah, I believe so. They just needed one more beyond winning the 3-2. Get that one confirmed. Yes, just hearing back from statistics, it is confirmed if they win this one, which means the next match, they can go out and be fun. But they have to put it away here. Optimus is looking to do just that. 44-21.
For those that were interested, Swip3rr did propose a Tryndamere on Tryndamere matchup.
That might have been a little bit more interesting. Oh, Optimus dashed right into a tongue lash, but look at how much damage he's got. He's just going to go full culling.
Gonna full Swip3rr back. He does have the grey health. We'll give him a bit of regeneration back, but he is out of Corrupting Potion stacks. He is only level 5. He's just doing what he can to get a bit of farm, but this is not how you want to play Swip3rr. You have to be more aggressive. You have to be in Optimus's face, but he realizes the flash that is on top of Optimus right now, and he's just contemplating his options, and I honestly feel like he really doesn't have very many.
Yeah, well, he's just not making the play, unfortunately, and he even actually is spinning the minion away from the minion wave. So this is pretty much the opposite of what he needs to do to win.
And Optimus is just honestly playing beautifully underneath this turret. Every time Swip3rr tries to get anywhere near the minion wave, he's getting hard punished. Yeah. So this is going to be a slow bleed out for Swip3rr at this point. I don't even know if he has much gold to buy anything. Nope, he's constantly going to go on the defensive. Boots will help him close the gap a little bit. He does have the snowball up once more. Now that he's level 6 as well, he'll get a bit of additional damage, and he'll be able to get back into lane faster.
Yep. Not sure if it'll do him as much good. He does launch a blind snowball, isn't able to connect on it, as Optimus is backing on top of the health relic. Shrine, Swip3rr's going to be able to pick his own up. It is just so rough for him right now, and Optimus is playing this out just about as flawlessly as he can as he goes back, picks up his Phage.
Now this seems to be a repetitive build path from the GPL squad, where they've gone for a very early Phage, and then they've built it into a bit of lifesteal. Largely it helps with the kiting, and I think that's exactly what you want to do against the Tahm Kench, because his only real option is to go for an all-in. And so if you have all these tools like the flash, the dash, also the Phage, it just becomes so difficult for the Tahm Kench to actually close the gap. So now Optimus, all he has to do is just continue dominating in the farm department, keep putting down that poke. Yes, Swip3rr, you're going to get tankier and tankier, but the damage has already been done. I mean, he's coming up to a 30 CS deficit.
Yeah, he needs to just get on top of him. If he can force the flash, he can try for it again in another couple, in a minute or two. But he's just not making the opening. He gets a couple of tongue lashes here or there, and Optimus is just going to shake it off like it's nothing. It's 68 to 35 CS, and you're nearly double at this point. He can just leisurely stroll up to this tower. He could even take that.
I mean, yeah, it's below 50% health right now. We're in a similar situation to what Levy was in the previous game, you know, like where you're down in farm, you're down in CS, your only option is to go for an all-in, and Swip3rr might be trying to do it right now.
He's trying. He's just going to force him back so he can take the health relic for himself.
Snowball.
Snowball is going to just go wide.
Yep.
Nice zigzag from Optimus as he takes his own health relic, and Swip3rr gets, you know, brief moment to farm up a little bit, but not a whole lot else he can do. He does get one tongue lash, he does get another auto, but he's eating the culling, and he's gonna have to pop his gray health. Eats him up, but he's ignited! Has to spin him back out! Gray health's on, but the minions are just too strong, and Optimus is dodging and ducking and diving, and that's it! Victory for Southeast Asia!
You can see on Swip3r's face that he knew he was done. He realized that the moment he got into that game that there was no hope for him. And at least he had a good time.
The best part about that is it pans immediately to the OPL guys, and they're all just having a giggle.
Yeah.
They've accepted their fate already, and